every time somebody's like, oh, y'all not together no more, what happened? I'm always like taken aback, like nobody had to get beat down or cheat on each other or hurt each other in order for a breakup to come. Sometimes it just don't work out. And when you're grown up about stuff, you're able to step away when it's just not working out and when things don't align and when you're not quote unquote equally yoked. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Dr. Nina, and what I realized is I do a lot of cooking food on my channel, but I don't be eating it. I just be cooking, not eating. Y'all probably be like, do she really eat? Yeah, I eat. I eat a lot. And today is one of those rare occasions where I've really kind of looked into this whole idea of the mukbang or the mukbang, or hopefully I'm saying it somewhat correctly. But this whole idea of eating on camera, which is kind of weird, but it gives me a chance to kind of share a meal with you guys and for you guys to kind of see how I cheat, because I do not order in a lot. Though I travel a lot, like last week I was in North Carolina, this week I'm headed off to Chicago, and 2 weeks I'm headed off to New York. I'm constantly traveling. I even travel to my work. However, I try to make it a point to eat food that I cook. But I know that I've also told you guys that I'll start to update you more on my life and things that are happening. And I thought that this was kind of a cute way to do that. So we eating today, y'all. We eating. And let me tell you, while I am hardcore about 90 to 95% purely vegan, because some of you all have asked about that, I do allow myself just a little bit of fish and every now and again some honey. So I try to stick with my hardcore regimen of being vegan 90 to 95% of the time. But today, a girl is having just a little bit of fish. I sure am. And the Lord knows my heart, so I will not die, which we all gonna die one day. But hopefully today won't be the day because of fish, and God knows my heart. So, you know, he did, you know, have the fish and 5 loaves of bread as well as the wine that he turned from water. So you guys know I have a Houston spot, and I also have a spot where I'm a professor. I'm almost done fixing it up here so that I can give you guys a cute little tour. But today ain't that day, but you can kind of see some of my decor. I got my new little couch in here, which is all covered because I don't like when Bella has wet feet coming from outside. And then there's my little recliner, which y'all, I love the recliner. I love it. I love it. I love it. Have a little red rug here, book shelving, TV is mounted, got my African arts going on. Love my art. Love it. And no, I'm not a Delta. I am an AKA, but I love elephants. I do. I think it's cute. If you look closely, you can see the little me. It's so cute. It's so cute. I'm going to show you guys some other stuff eventually once I'm done with setting up everything how I want it, because I'm kind of a perfectionist like that. But otherwise, we are going to get to eating, and I'm going to show you guys what am I eating and cheating with. And then we gonna get to chatting, because I know y'all is ready for a good chat. I'm eating Tarka Indian Kitchen here in Houston. It's really good food. I've had their Indian food several times. Love it. Very, very good. The owners are really cool. I've been in there, kind of visited with them, met some people there. Really good food, great service. I have some garlic naan here, which is just really great bread. I got it without butter, but with cilantro. I have basmati rice, which comes with the meals, and I do not care about getting messy over here now. I got curries with lentils and such. This is the regular sauce. This one is lots of vegetables, including pureed spinach. It has carrots. It has a lot of different things in it. So delicious. I might be saying the things incorrectly, I know. Pureed spinach, lentils, lots of other things going on there. And usually I just pair each with the basmati rice. And I have myself some garlic naan with no butter. So good, y'all, so good. I'm not eating all this food today. But this one is the coconut curry, and you can see that it has like serious vegetables in it. I love this stuff. It's so delicious. It has carrots and cauliflower. It has lots of different elements. So delicious. And it is vegan. Here's the sog with shrimp. Okay. It goes down so hard, you gotta go get a paper plate. Yes. But I wanna make sure that I talk while I eat. You know, when food is good, you don't really be talking. Like when I go places with people and the food's good, they be like, girl, something wrong because you ain't even talking. Now, ain't nothing wrong. Everything is right. The food is delicious. Y'all, this is so good. This coconut curry. Woo, it's spicy. And I know I ain't got no good business in getting a bunch of spicy food, especially before traveling. But the Lord knows my heart. I keep telling y'all, he knows it. So let me go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes, which is not what we're eating today. But this is so weird eating on camera. I hope y'all enjoy this video. If you do enjoy this type of video, me eating in front of you and talking with you, please go ahead and thumbs up, okay? Because I need to know what direction you want me to go in. It's so good, I ain't even got nothing to drink. Oh well. But y'all, this coconut curry has like a little bit of a sweetness to it. It's so good. Basically, yes, I am single again. I'm not gonna go into all the whys and all the hows because I feel like that's a personal thing. But what I can go by is facts and things that have occurred to this point that have gotten me here. And I also impart some wisdom. As my mama always said, I'm hard-headed. I gotta learn on my own. But I usually do a good job at learning and adjusting and doing things that really do benefit me in the end. So basically what you should know is that I've been pretty single now for about 4 months. About 4 months. And why are y'all just now finding out? What you should know, what you gotta know about me, and I've told you guys this before, I've always been pretty controlled in what I tell people and when. Reason being because a lot of times what happens is you make decisions based on the feedback you get. I don't like doing that. I discuss things with the very close people in my life. I've been blessed with a circle of dynamic women and men who love me and know me. They know me. They don't just know me. They know me. So they know my good, my bad, my weaknesses, my strengths, what I want to get better in, what I need to get better in, the desires of my heart. And these are people that I trust with my life. And so I tend to be quiet on certain matters because I need to make sure that I run through things in my own head and in my own circle. Let me give you some wisdom on that. Quit telling people your business. They really can't help you with nothing. And people that are going to keep you off the track of making good decisions for your life. Because we've all been there, where we listen to what everybody else got to say about us and our situation, but they don't live our lives, nor do they know or even care to know our lives. So I tend to keep my circle pretty close. I got really dang good friends, and then I got my mama. And my mama I can tell anything to. The lady don't judge me. Mind you, she's a missionary in the Church of God in Christ. But my mother and I are so close. We are like friends. We are like close friends. I love that woman. I trust her with my life. She adopted me when I was 3 months old, and she has never led me astray. So, getting into the meat and potatoes. I didn't tell y'all because it wasn't time. It wasn't time. And even now, I'm not going to go into details because I just feel like that's irrelevant. I'm no longer in a relationship. Happened about 4 months ago. It was a good decision at that time because I think what I realized for me, because he is not, first off, let me say this too. This ain't for anybody to go up to him and tell him he did something wrong. He ain't a good person, because he's not any of that. He's a great guy. We're just not for each other. And that's all right. That's okay. I'm happy that I learned in the way that I did, because I know now decisions that I know I will make for my future. Notice I'm not saying who broke up with who. You know why? Because it's older you get, it really don't matter no more. It's just that it is, right? Here's the thing. Here's some things that I've learned, okay? Let's talk like real girlfriends and boyfriends. I ain't no boy, but girlfriends and guy friends. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But basically, let's chat. What I learned from this experience for me, as you all know, about a year ago, we had moved in together. After being together about a year and a half. Now, what I will say is that, in my opinion, for me, this is for me, I will never live with anyone else again. Now, when I say that, again, this is not a negative reflection of him. I'm talking about me. And me and my mom had this talk before this happened, before we moved in. And I think a lot of times the pull is that, well, someone won't marry you if you move in. That wasn't our issue. My issue was, I had promised myself years ago, back in the day when I had roommates back in 2005, that I was never going to live with anyone again until I was married. And mainly because Nina is pretty particular, very much likes things a certain way. And I'm also very observant of everything. So I had the only child syndrome. I was the only child in the house for 16 years. So there's one part of that. I never really did that great with roommates. No, we did well. Most of my roommates, we were good friends and even sorors. But in terms of living, I'm just not the person for it. So that's one thing I learned, is that I will never do that again until I am married. You know, and that was on our radar. That was something we had discussed, something that was really in the playbook. However, I think a lot of times the message is directed at women that we shouldn't live with men. Now I'm switching over to this SOG, y'all. I think it's SOG or SAG. Somebody correct me, please. It's so good. All I know is it's delicious. I had someone tell me in the past, a really good friend of mine, the opposite of what we've been taught growing up. And one thing I was taught growing up is, you don't want to live with no man because he'll never buy the cow if he's already getting the milk. Is that how they go, y'all? So basically, he never gonna marry you because he already got a roommate. He already got every benefit of having a wife without having a wife. But I had a friend tell me the other way around. If you live with somebody, you probably won't marry them. Did y'all hear me correctly? If you live with somebody, you probably won't marry them. And the reason being, and this person was wise, married for years, and said that if they had lived with somebody first, they wouldn't have married them. Now, this is not true for everyone. Let me tell you, I know plenty of relationships and marriages that have worked where people cohabitated and lived together first. I'm saying what's for me. Y'all hear me? What's for me, okay? And I have friends that have done just fine cohabitating and have gotten married. But I feel like, in hindsight, though I learned a lot, I should have really taken into consideration my personality and how I work and how I like to do things, because there's some types of sacrifices that have to be made when you decide on marriage and you decide that that's what you're going to do, and you're kind of forced into a position of making things work. And when those things are not in place, whether you're a man or a woman, sometimes what ends up happening is you don't want to work as hard. I'm talking about me here. I'm talking about me. And so what I will say is that just won't be for me. And while I do eventually want to get married, because I'm sure the next question is, are you dating again? Because y'all been apart for 4 months. I've kind of told myself that, you know, a special person comes along. I'll keep my eyes open for what God has for me. And God has placed some things in my life that have been very great. Friendship is important right now. I definitely want a person who sees the value in friendship, because I think a lot of times too, on my end, when I'm really close to someone as a friend, you've got them figured out more. There's a lot more to it than the romantic love. There's love of each other. There's a mutual respect and love. And that's something I definitely want for myself. I can tell y'all this right here with the utmost honesty, is that I'm not lonely. I'm not sad. I went through my period of being pretty sad about it, about the breakup. But to know me is to know that I'm the type of person that always tries to take a lesson from situations. And even when situations are favorable, I don't give up. I don't get bitter. I don't get sad. All my closest friends will report this. And so I saw the benefit in it. I saw that I learned a lesson, a good one. And I also learned my limits. I learned what I'm willing to give. I learned what I want from a relationship and from a partner. I also learned what's good for me and what's not. So it ain't all lost. And I am getting time to be by myself again and to really hear myself think, to make good decisions for me. And there are some preparations and some things that I'm doing right now in life that are leading to me becoming a good wife for someone who I'm good for. And they also have the room to be good for me equally. And so that's where I am right now. Like, I don't really have a dramatic story to tell y'all other than I learned a lot. And I know for me, I will never live with anybody again until it's time to be married. Y'all, this good. My Lord, that's good. I don't even know them apart no more. They so delicious. I could eat this stuff all day, but I shouldn't. I'm gonna end up having to go to the bathroom. But I digress. I've learned that in matters of the heart and relationships, it's hard to talk to a lot of people about that unless you're ready to be confused. Because if you talk to a lot of different people, they're gonna tell you what you should and should not do. Also based on their own fears. So even in passing, when people found out that I wasn't in a relationship anymore, they were like, oh my goodness, you ended it? Why did you end it? Don't you want to get married? Don't you want to do this and that? And I'm like, you know what? I had to work hard for everything I have. I've had to wait for a lot of different things. My success took time. My life has taken time. My relationships with friends have taken time. I'm not gonna rush to failure. I'm just not. I failed enough. And this is a very vulnerable moment with you guys because I don't share this kind of stuff a lot. But what I feel is I know what God has for me. I'm very comfortable in that. I'm not just wishful. I know what I'm supposed to get from this life. And I know that those things might take a little time, and I'm not going to be scared by time because a lot of people make bad decisions, such as getting in relationships just because they don't want to be alone or just because they don't want for people to think that they can't get a man or they can't get a woman. And I refuse. My life is too good for chaos. My life is too good to settle for anything less than what God wants me to have, right? So I've learned that, and I've learned in essence that sometimes those things are going to take a lot of my time and patience in order to get to that place. Honestly, my eyes are bigger than my belly because what happens is I literally have to sit for a while, eat a little bit, and then talk, and then eat some more because I always am less hungry than I believed. I mean, I've eaten some of this, but I haven't eaten that much. But I will. I'm gonna go back to eating just a little bit more because we're supposed to be eating and talking, okay? But my own mother, her primary concern was my happiness. And I was thinking to myself, if my mother can see that and not try to rush me into anything, then I don't have time to listen to people that just want me to rush to make bad decisions for me. Again, this is not equated to the person I was in a relationship with. It's just that even good people are not for each other. That's something that we have to realize too. We like to always think that just because two good people are together, that they're supposed to be together. And sometimes it's not aligned with God, okay? And I learned that, you know, praying, which I do, but you gotta pray and listen. And I had to finally start listening and looking at certain things, even within myself, that I wanted to change and that I wanted to happen. If that was not what the calling was in the relationship, then it had to go, you know, and that's it. I think that's the best for both people, not just one person. And where am I now? Happy. I still have a place in Houston. I still have a place in NAC where I work in Texas. And I'm enjoying my life. I'm traveling. Let me see. I've probably been on several planes since the breakup. I'm meeting good and great people, establishing at least a great friendship. I'm happy and excited for what's to come. What did I learn about myself? I learned not only the piece about not living with anybody. That's just for me. Eventually that will come. I've learned now that it's okay to trust your gut in situations. It's okay to know when something is not good for you anymore and when it's not good for the other person. Whether or not I'm with my significant other or not, I still have care for that person and I want them to have the best for their life as well. So I've also learned through this relationship the essence of thinking of not only yourself, but thinking of others and thinking of how your decisions affect them, and also wanting them to have the best trajectory for their own life. And that's okay. Every breakup does not have to end dramatically. That's another thing we need to stop. Every time somebody's like, oh, y'all not together no more, what happened? I'm always like taken aback, like nobody had to get beat down or cheat on each other or hurt each other in order for a breakup to come. Sometimes it just don't work out. And when you're grown up about stuff, you're able to step away when it's just not working out and when things don't align and when you're not quote unquote equally yoked. And what I mean by that, not just in terms of money, because I think people equate equally yoked with money. I ain't about no money all the time, but it is about personality, ambition, characteristics, love for God, love for people. It's about what you want for your future alignments, interests, goals, hobbies. All of those things play a part in being equally yoked. Even if you read in the Bible about equally yoked, it's not just about money. But I think that that's a part too. And I think sometimes we got to be real about the types of things we want from life. And it's okay when people don't want the same thing. So maybe it means that it's just not for you guys to be together. And that's okay too, my friend. That's all right. I want you all to know that I'm good. And I'm happy that I have friends that have really surrounded me during this time, y'all. Ooh, you can't even cry. But my friends are so good to me. And I'm crying because of the goodness of my friends throughout this process. Throughout, you know, making a decision that was mutually beneficial. Throughout also being kind to the both of us because we share friends. And so I'm happy that that part of it didn't have to be dramatic because my friends are such good people and they just really want the best for me. So I'm very grateful for that. And so what has happened since? I feel like God has opened a million doors for me since the release of that relationship. That just means that sometimes God has to move things out of the way in order for his will to be played, right? So after that, so much has happened. I've been back to the Association for State and Provincial Psychology Boards to work with them on the examination for professional practice in psychology part 2. Your girl is out here killing them. I'm getting back on my research game. Also, I was nominated for the Faculty University Foundation Award. So excited about that. I cannot believe that in only 7 years of being a professor, I am being nominated for the biggest award on our campus as a faculty. That is like, it's shocking. It's big. Also, I've been able to take my mother on a vacation. She just wanted to go to Chicago, see her family, and also her sister who's bedridden. So I was able to do that with my mother. I've been able to speak at various places. I spoke at the Blacks in Computing Sciences conference. I also went and spoke for a group of children here in Houston about things related to school and related to growth. I recently went to North Carolina and spoke at the Fayetteville Natural Hair Expo. I have done so much, and guys, I have another thing that's coming up, but in 2 weeks I'll be in New York for something awesome, and I plan to vlog it, so make sure you stay tuned. Behind the scenes, I am also building some courses for my Supernatural Academy. So soon I will be releasing courses that are going to be really great and helpful for you guys, including many of you all have asked me to talk about how do you lead a full-time life, right? Be successful at your full-time life and full-time job, but also come kill it on social media. And I'm going to talk about that because I've been the type of person that hasn't been consistent on social media, but God has blessed me once again to be getting booked for events that I don't have to vet for and sponsor things that pay me nicely that I don't have to go looking for. I am so blessed, and I really want to teach you guys some of those tricks of the trade. I'm also going to be doing a nice course on ways to really change your life and change your world in the new year, because I think we try to say we gonna do all this new stuff, but we don't really be about that life. We be like, you know, I'm gonna do it, and then by February ain't nobody doing nothing they said they was gonna do. Okay, I've been there too, so I ain't judging you. And another thing I plan to do with you guys and for you guys is the Sky's Not Your Limit, my course. And if you're interested in it, make sure you take my questionnaire down below in the information section so that I could go ahead and see what you're talking about if you want to do this. And I think some of you all have already done that questionnaire, and I will be getting back with some of you all for my second cohort because I've already finished one cohort, and I'm so happy that they did so well and they really enjoyed the course. So, but I tell you this because in relation to breaking up, I think sometimes God has to release us or allow ourselves to release ourselves from things that are not for us and are not of Him. I mean, He wants you to have the best as well. So let my lesson be your lesson. Make sure you listen to yourself, listen to your heart, listen to God, pray. Have a strong circle and foundation. The reason why I don't run to YouTube with all my problems is because I have amazing friends and family that love and back me with most everything that happens. I have ears that hear, eyes that see, and people who really have my back. Really, I get emotional thinking about it. I get emotional thinking about how supported I am in my life. Does that mean I do not value you all? No, because some of you all that watch me, I consider my friends. In fact, most of y'all are friends in my head, but I think that it's important for us to sort through our own emotions before we come to YouTube and get everybody's opinion. I'm grateful that people want to look out for me and want to see the best for my life. You got to know what the people in your life who are actually in that life, who actually know you more than a 10-minute video clip. A person who really is going to be down for you and down in the trenches, whether you're good or whether you're bad. They're going to be there, and they're going to direct and lead you and give you good advice and give you good, honest feedback. My friends are honest even when it hurts. Do you hear me? But y'all, clearly, I ain't need to buy none of this food because I ain't barely eat. I mean, I ate a lot of the coconut curry. I can say that. Basmati rice, not so much. This was pretty good. This is the one with the shrimp in it. My cheat meal, my epic cheat meal. And then this one. All of them were good. I just always get so much, and then it's so cheap. Look at all this naan bread that's left. But I am done eating. I can't eat no more. I'm gonna sit up here and pop, and I'm about to go drink some water because I don't like for the salt to sit on my stomach. But I hope y'all learned just a little bit from my chat today, just a little bit. And honestly, if you can relate, I want you all to comment down below. If there's more you want me to talk about, please let me know. Anything you would like to discuss, anything that's on your heart, anything. Y'all know me, I'm not afraid of feedback. However, I will let you know that you should be respectful, just like I'm respectful to y'all, okay? Because mama got a little lip. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'm grateful for all your support and your feedback. I want to thank you guys for being here with me. It's starting to get dark in here because it's storming here today. But I want to thank you guys for being with me. I hope you've enjoyed this. Make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace.
Thanks so much for all the love and support over on my new website. If you haven't already, go ahead and check it out and join me for new ways to interact with me, giveaways and prizes, weekly emails, as well as my free 8-day supernatural video course, which is free when you sign up.